If you are wondering whether you need a PAL, the Provincial Attestation Letter, or you are PAL exempt to apply for your study permit extension and how to write and upload your PAL exemption letter on your GCK account, then you are absolutely in the right place. With so many changes happening in the visa rules in 2024 and 2025, things can get really confusing, especially for the international students who are trying to extend their stay. In this video, I will break down everything you need to know, including who's exempt from the PAL letter requirement, what is the latest IRCC processing times and the application fees, step-by-step process to apply for your study permit extension, and the required documents you need to upload, including the financial proof and the SOP. So make sure you stay tuned till the end. This video could save you from your delays or even a rejection. So let's get started. Write canada.ca, click on the immigration and citizenship, and because we are applying for the extension, click on the extend your study permit. So currently you can see the processing time is 220 days and fees is $150. That's a lot of processing time. It's almost 7 or 8 months. So make sure you apply your study permit extension way before your study permit expires. So let's go to when to apply the criteria. So as here it is mentioned that you must apply to extend your study permit at least 30 days before it expires, but give and take like 2 to 3 months before that you apply your study permit extension. Now let's check the criteria for your exceptions. Here it is mentioned as of January 22nd, 2025, unless you meet an exception, you need to provide a new PAL or TAL letter if you are changing your schools. But let's check the exception criteria. So click on exception. Here you will see who doesn't need a PAL or TAL letter. So these are the entire criteria. I wouldn't go each and everything, but I would attach this link in the description box, and as you can see on the screen here. But here if you check this condition, if you have entered Canada and one of the following situation applies to you, you are applying for a study permit extension at the same DLI and level of study as your current study permit. In my case, I did the same thing, the same DLI and the same level of the study I did. So I am eligible for the exception criteria. That's how I asked my college to provide me an exception letter stating that condition, and that I have attached in the IRCC portal. You can go through everything. Whoever is doing like this, they are eligible for the exception. But if you are not coming under this criteria, you need to take the PAL letter before it expires. You need to apply for your study permit extension. That was all about the processing time and the eligibility. Write the GCK login here and click on the sign into IRCC secure account and go to your GCK login. If you don't have the GCK login account, you can create one, or if you have from your agent, you can ask that information and sign into that account. Once you log in your GCK account, you will land on the home page. Here, click on apply to come to Canada. Under that, we're gonna select the visitor visa, study and work permit. And this is the eligibility criteria you need to fill for the study permit extension. The first question, what would you like to do in Canada? It says study permit extension, so I'm gonna select study. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? Okay, make sure you always write here more than 6 months. Whether you're gonna extend your visa for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, doesn't matter. Always write more than 6 months. So I'm gonna write here temporarily more than 6 months. Select the code that matches the one on your passport. I'm from India, so I'm gonna select India. What is your current country? This is a study permit extension application. So I'm assuming everybody in Canada. So I'm writing here Canada. Do you have a family member who is Canadian citizen or permanent resident? In my case, I would say no, but it completely depends on your scenario. What is your date of birth? Just select here your date of birth. Now click on next. Just pay attention to this question. It is very important. Do you have a provincial or territorial attestation letter or meet an exception from submitting a PAL letter? So I've already explained regarding the exception for the PAL letter. So here, because this is study permit extension, I'm applying for the same DLI. So I meet an exception. So I'm gonna select yes, I meet an exception and click on next. The next question. Are you lawful permanent resident of the United States? I'm gonna select no. Move forward. What is your current immigration status? So this is student. What is your marital status? Married. And what is your province or territory of destination? So I would say Ontario. So based on my questionnaire which I have provided answer, I am eligible for study permit in Canada extension and the TRV. This video is for the study permit extension. So I'm gonna select study permit extension, and TRV I'm gonna create a new video for that. So let's give couple more answers. Are you accompanying a family member who has a status in Canada? Okay, so if you are here with your spouse and your spouse in SOWP, you can select here yes. So I'm not accompanying a family member. So I'm gonna select no. Do you also want to apply for a work permit? If your course has a co-op, so select yes, but my course doesn't have a co-op, so I'm gonna select no. When does your status in Canada expire? That you can check from your TRV. I'm gonna select here some imaginary date, 2025, September, and date is like 2nd. Have you had medical exam performed by an IRCC within the last 12 months? I would say no, but if it is eligible for your thing and if you have it, you can select yes. A medical exam is needed before you submit your application for foreign nationals who want to stay in Canada for more than 6 months and have lived in this designated country. So you can go and check it, or you are intend to work in all those things. In my case, it's completely not eligible. So I'm gonna say no. Do you fit on one of these categories? No. And then next. Now this is very important question. Do you want to submit an application for family member? If you are doing the extension for SOWP together with your application, you can select yes. But for this video, I'm gonna select no. This is just a study permit extension. I am not extending SOWP here. Are you giving someone access to your application? I would say no, but if you are appointing someone or if your spouse is filling this one, you can select yes. In the past 10 years, have you given your fingerprints? So I am assuming yes, because we all are here in the study permit. So I would select yes. There are fees associated with this application. Will you be paying your fees? Yes, definitely I will be paying my fees. Are you able to make a digital copy of your documents? Yes. Will you be paying your application fees online? Definitely I'm gonna pay my fees online, so I'm gonna select yes. So you can review your answers here as per the question and answers you have provided. This is the summary. You can go back and check everything, and after that click on continue here and then continue. This is very important, I would say, the page here. Here you can see the application form which you need to fill it, that is 5709, and in a minute I'm gonna jump into that as well. Now I would like to focus and emphasize on very important thing here is that proof of provincial or territorial attestation letter, PAL or TAL exception. As I mentioned here, this is the new requirement. IRCC is asking if you are eligible for exception. Like I have explained before, if you are applying for, there are certain criteria which we have already gone through. So currently in my case, I am eligible for exception. So you need to upload a letter here. Okay, so we can go here, the question mark, and check what is required. So please upload a document showing the exception you meet. If you don't have a specific document that proves you meet one of the exception, please attach a letter of explanation. So first of all, if you are eligible for exception, you can write an explanation letter and attach it here. Also, another thing is that you can go to your college and ask them to provide this exception letter. And if you need a format, drop me in the comment box. I am happy to provide you the format as well. But you can definitely go back to your college and ask them that you are eligible for exception. They can provide you that letter. You can attach here. The next important thing here is that letter of acceptance or the letter of enrollment registration. So you can go to your college and ask your letter of enrollment. But let's check mark here. So as here is mentioned, if you're applying for study permit first time, then definitely it's gonna be letter of acceptance. If you are a student applying for extension, Then you need to upload the letter of enrollment and the registration, and then there's information, it should be there. The letter should include how long have you been in the studying at the institution, and if applicable, your accepted graduation date and all. So this letter you can definitely ask with your college, or there's most of the college provide online. You can submit the request and you'll get the letter of enrollment that you need to attach it. It is very important letter and every college provides that. Now the next important document here is that passport. So you need to attach a passport, and in that passport take a first page and last page and all the filled pages, like if the visa and the TRVs are there, you need to take all the pages photocopy, make one PDF file and attach into that. Next very important thing is that proof of means of financial support. It is very important document. It actually proves that you will not be a burden on the Canadian government and you can afford yourself. And what documents you can upload into that? Here is the entire list. So most of the students, and even I have attached a bank of statement from last 6 months. I was doing study permit extension and I was working somewhere. So I had my statement, so I have attached that. You can attach your pay stub, last 3 to 4 months of pay stub you can attach, and the employment letter. So like attach like as many document you can, but if you are not working, unfortunately, you can definitely attach your GIC, and if your father is sponsoring you, you can attach that letter or CA report. So all those documents also you can attach, but in my case, I have not done all those things because I was working and I had already paid my fees, so I just attached those documents here. My tuition fees receipt I have attached, my bank statements, pay stub, enrollment letter, I have attached all those things. Now the next one is the digital photo. So this is the requirement for the digital photo. I'm assuming that in the study permit you have already submitted the photo. Same photo you can use here, or you can take a photo from your phone and just make sure that you follow this criteria and use this. Like I wouldn't say you then you go to Staples and you go somewhere else and pay 30-40 bucks for that. It's okay, you already have the photo, you can click from your camera and make those dimension and attach it here. Now the next document here in the optional, that is the client information. So I would always recommend to upload your statement of purpose here. Write your thing, why you want to extend your visa and what documents you have attached it. Once that is done, upload all the documents here, and then you need to pay the fees of $150. So once your application is submitted and your visa is going to expire, you can still study because you have already submitted your application, and just wait for your results now. This is IMM 5709 form which we are using to extend the study permit extension. Mention the UCI number as per your study permit. I want service in English. Third question, I am applying for one or more of the following. So choose the first option, apply for a study permit for the first time or extend my study permit. Mention the personal details, the family name and the given name as per your passport. Have you ever used any other nickname? In my case, no, but if you have used anything, select yes and mention those details. Provide the gender, date of birth, place of birth and the country. The city and country mentioned as per your passport. Citizenship is India. The current country or territory of residence. Current country is Canada. Status is a student. And the from and to details mentioned as per your study permit. Previous countries or territory of residence. During the past 5 years, have you lived in any country or territory other than your country of citizenship or current country? So in my case, no. So I've selected no. But if it is differ for your situation, mention those details. Your current marital status, married, and write the marriage date and mention the spouse name details here. If you are married or in a common law relationship, is your spouse is a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident? In my case, it is no. Have you previously been married or in a common law relationship? No. Native language, my native language is Hindi. I have selected Hindi. Are you able to communicate in English or French? I am able to communicate in English, so I have selected English. Have you taken a test from the designated testing agency? So yes, because I have applied for my study permit, I have taken IELTS, so I have selected yes. Mention the passport details as per your passport. Passport number, country, issue date and expiry date. Do not do any mistake. Just make sure you are writing everything correct. National identity document. Do you have a national identity document? Yes, I have my national document. I mentioned here Aadhaar card detail and the country is India. Issue date and expiry date is not mandatory, so I've skipped those details. But in your country, if it is a different national document, you can mention those details here. US PR card. Are you lawful permanent resident of the United States? So no. Now the another important information is your mailing address, because you're gonna get your study permit document on that address, so make sure you are writing the correct address here. Write the PO box number, apartment, street number, street name, city, country, province and the postal code. Residential address, same as a mailing address. In my case it is same, but if in your case it differs, so mention that residential address detail here. Telephone number, I have given my Canada telephone number here, and the alternate telephone number, I don't have any alternate number, but if you have any alternate number, you can provide here. Fax number, I don't have, so I didn't mention. Email address, please provide your valid email address. If they want to communicate something, they will communicate through this email address. Another important information of the application is the coming into Canada. So date and place of your original entry to Canada. So when you landed first time in Canada, mention that date and the place, which airport you landed. So mention that airport name here. The original purpose for coming to Canada, it is study. So I mentioned study. Date and place of your most recent entry to Canada. So if it is not your recent entry, if you've gone back to your home country and come back, mention the recent date and the place where you landed. If applicable, provide the document number of the most recent visitor record. So I've mentioned on the screen, you can take the document number as per your study permit or the most recent record. Details of intended study in Canada. In my case, because I was taking the second course, so I've mentioned my second course details here. If it differs in your condition, mention those details. So this is my second course college name and the level of study and the field of study, and the complete address of the college and the college DLI number. The college DLI number you will get from your letter of acceptance or your enrollment letter. Student ID, duration of the study where I want to extend my visa, so I have mentioned for 3-4 months here. The cost of my studies here. The tuition fees, I have mentioned 10,000 because I have already paid my first semester fees, so I have mentioned that. So room and board. So as per the recent criteria, $900 is an expense for a student for a month. So as per that, I have mentioned for the 4 months here and added some miscellaneous. So I have mentioned here $4,000. You can change this information as per your criteria. Funds available for my stay, I have added the tuition fees and the room and board information. Altogether, I have written 14,000. Though I have already paid my tuition fees, still I have added that fund and mentioned total funds. My expenses in Canada will be paid by myself because I'm earning currently. I am employed, so I'm mentioning it will be paid by myself. In addition to a study permit, do you need a work permit? In my case, I don't need any kind of the co-op work permit, so I mentioned no. But if you need any co-op work permit, you can mention yes. The next detail is regarding the education. Have you had any post-secondary education? So because currently I'm studying, I have not completed my studies, so I'm not writing the current study details. This is the detail I've mentioned from my back home country. So I've mentioned my bachelor degree information here. In the employment, give details of your employment for the past 10 years. So the first one, the current activity, because I'm employed, I'm working. So I've mentioned my current job details. And after that, you can backtrack and mention other details here. Another important information is your background information. Let's go through each question. Within the past 2 years, have you or your family member ever had tuberculosis? No. Do you have any physical or mental disorder? No. Have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status? I would say no. Have you ever been refused? In my case, no. But have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? Yes. Because I've applied for my study permit previously, so I have chosen yes, and then you need to specify the reason. So I've mentioned the UCI number, when did you apply and what was the purpose. So I applied whatever the date and purpose for my study permit. So mention a couple of lines here. Have you ever committed or been arrested or been charged? No. Did you serve in any military? I would say no. Are you or have you ever been a member or associated with any political party? No. Have you ever witnessed or participated in the ill treatment of prisoners? No. In my case, most of the answers were no, but if it differs in your situation, select yes and mention the reason. Now the next signature part. Do you consent to be contacted by CIC or an organization at CIC request? I wouldn't mind, so I've selected yes. And then you need to signature. It is not a physical signature. You can write your name and choose the date here. After that, click on validate. As soon as you click on validate, if there is any mistake in the form, it will highlight so you can correct the mistake. If it is not, it will generate the barcode information. Make sure if you are changing anything in this letter or in this application, you just validate and generate the new barcode information and save this form and then attach into your IRCC portal. I am sharing my statement of purpose which I uploaded under the optional document of my application. So you are welcome to use the format, just alter the information as per your case. In my case, I was studying in the college and applied for the second course in the same college at the same level of the study. So if you are in the same situation, this letter might be useful. But if you like a copy of this letter, just let me know in the comment box and I will send you the document file. So let's take a look of the My SOP. Statement of purpose to the Visa Officer, Canada High Commissioner. Respected Sir, Madam, subject application for study permit extension and mention your passport number detail. Mention the name and currently where you are residing and write about your course. I am studying in 1-year postgraduate certification program in the college and this is my course detail and the college name and the address. My college DLI number is this. I have taken another course, mention the course detail, what intake and the college address. So I have selected this course because of the increasing demand of the IT in health sectors and hospitals, along with the work experience in information technology of 3 years back in India. This course will boost my career by adding clinical IT and HIS skills to my profile. This is as per my course details. The second paragraph I have mentioned, I have received the letter of acceptance from the college and paid my first semester fees. I have attached a letter of enrollment and receipt of payments for your reference. So I paid the fees, mentioned the amount, and I have enough funds to accommodate my stay during my study. And I have savings in my Canadian bank and mention the savings what you have. Make sure that you check the savings which you mentioned in your form. In addition to this, my husband is also supporting my education. I have added this line because my husband is supporting. I kindly request you to approve my study permit extension application. Yours sincerely, mention your name, passport number, contact number and the email ID. It is a very simple SOP where you are talking about your current course and which course you have taken, what fees you have paid and how much funds you have. That letter I have attached in my optional documents. This is my financial supporting document cover page. I have mentioned all the documents which I am going to upload in my profile, mention everything in the tabular format. So respected Sir, Madam, here my financial supporting document mentioned below in tabular format. The first document which I have uploaded is that my CIBC bank balance profile and the balance which is available, which I have also initiated in my SOP. The CIBC bank 6-month statement, spouse financial sponsoring letter as I mentioned in my SOP, and the spouse bank statement and the balance which is available in his account. My first semester fees, my pay stub, last 6 pay stub which I have submitted and the letter of employment. All these documents mentioned in the IRCC website, I have taken the documents from there. Along with that, I have written a little bit summary below. You can see my CIBC account number and the balance which is available. By seeing this cover letter, the IRCC officer would understand, okay, what is the history of this client, what's the balance is available, what fees she has paid and who's sponsoring and what balance she has in her account. That is the purpose of writing this cover letter. I would recommend if you are attaching all your proof, use this letter. You can alter the information as per your case. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update, especially with so many changes coming to the Canadian immigration rules in 2025. And if you got any questions regarding the PAL exemption, financial documents and study permit extension, drop them in the comment box and I will reply you as per my experience. And if you know someone who's already applying for study permit extension, share this video with them. It might actually save their application. exception. And thanks for watching. It's Aarti Khajuria, and I'll see you in the next video with more information. Until then, stay informed and take care.